This video is going to be about applying a stroke to a path. So if we jump into Illustrator, I'm going to get the pencil tool. I use this one because I can just double click on it and I can put it up on smooth, and that way when I write something it's going to try and adjust those curves and smooth them down a bit. So just writing with the pencil tool, so keeping it nice and simple, and I can draw some patterns as well. As this technique works if it's a uniform line. As soon as you get thicks and thins, it doesn't really work so well. So we'll put a few more bits and pieces on here. It doesn't really matter about the thickness of line, because what we're going to do is we're going to select it once we've drawn it up. We're going to go Command C or copy it, and then we jump straight into After Effects. I'll make a new composition, whatever the size is that I'm using, and I'll go OK. And then the first thing I do is I go up to Layer, and I need to make a solid, so I go New, Solid. Doesn't really matter what the color is at the moment. I'll go OK. And then I go Command V, and it pastes that path on here. If it's not big enough, I can just go Command T, which is transform, and then holding the Shift key down, I can scale this to the size that I want. Now what I do is, if I come over to Effects, I've got it here already, but I can type in Stroke, and it will come up with this preset here. So if I drag it over, I can either drop it on my image, or I can drop it on the layer here. This is the important bit here, so I go All Masks, and I'll just enlarge this up a wee bit so we can see it. All Masks, the color of the line that I want, so maybe I'll pick a darker color. Go OK. Here I've got the thickness. You'll see when I bump this up, you can see how thick the line's gonna be there. Hardness I'm not going to worry about. The main thing here is where it says on original image, I want to put it on transparent. That means the solid disappears and all we're left with is the line. So what I'm going to do is I just work with the end. So if I drag this all the way down and I click it to make a keyframe, and then I'll move it up a little bit, and I drag it all the way up to 100, and it's going to make another keyframe. If I click U, I can see all the keyframes I've made. So I'll bring this in and I'll play it. And you can see it draws on. Now what it's doing at the moment is it's doing it one line after another, so it's doing it sequentially. But what I can do is I can switch off sequential stroke, and you'll see what happens now is that every line starts drawing at the same time, and it finishes at the same time as well. So if it's a short line, like you can see the eye is going to move slowly, and a bigger line like these ones is going to move a little bit quickly because they're all adjusted to the same time. And that's it, easy as that.